Hi YouTube world, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. I am Adrienne, I live in New York City. I have a loud air conditioner, which just turned off. So it's a sign that I should zip through this video. I am currently doing a 30-day, 30 lippy challenge, and it's been a tough day today. I had one of the toughest days at work. I was just stretched to capacity and I could not wait to unwind and play with makeup, and I came up with this eye look and I'm really happy using this palette. I'll list everything down below that I use, but really happy with this look. And to keep myself happy, I am gonna swatch the entire collection of one of my favorite lip formulas ever. And the lip formula I am talking about today is the Nars Soft Matte Tinted Lip Balm. I did a video, a first impression of this lip product a while ago, and I will link it down below. So I thought this would be a helpful video for you to decide which shade is right for you. As I mentioned, I have all 6 shades. They are essentially nude-like shades for different skin tones. So I have a fair to light skin tone. So all of these colors aren't necessarily intended for me, but I love them nonetheless. I love the richer ones. I have swatched them all for you on my arm in indirect sunlight, which I will post at the end of this video and label very clearly so that you can make a decision that's right for you. But without further ado, let's just get started and we'll talk about the formula a bit. The first one up is one of the lighter shades, and this is one of the newer shades. This is the shade Intimate. And it's a peachy, light nude color. One of the nicest things about this formula is, even though it calls itself a tinted matte balm, it does have just the tiniest bit of sheen to it, and it remains soft, but its texture is almost suede-like, but more buttery. Like if butter and suede had a baby, it might be this product. And it's so comfortable, and I don't find that it catches on skin and it kind of creates any buildup. A lot of products like this that are very, very thin and claim to be matte tend to kind of build up on itself and catch skin and build up and kind of look a little gross after a while. This one doesn't do this. I really love this color. I think this is a perfect nude for me. It is a neutral, slightly warm, but more neutral peach. If you are not typically a peach person, you might become a peach person. This is it on the back of my hand, built up. So you see it does have some depth to it, and I just think it's wonderful. They also have a very soft, barely there vanilla scent. Nothing offensive, and my lips respond very well to this product. I could wear it every day and my lips are very, very happy. Next up is Unrestricted. If you are a cool tone gal, you will probably love this. I think this is the same level of depth as Intimate, but it leans pink. And it's just a pleasure to put on. It just glides on so beautifully, and it really feels like you are wearing nothing more than a super hydrating lip balm, like a super hydrating one. And there is Unrestricted. And you can see, I think with this one better, the sheen that comes off of it, but it's not so shiny that I would call it a cream or anything. It really is still very much a matte, and as it wears down, it becomes more mattified, but it still stays creamy in texture. Next up is the one that started it all, Brief Encounter. That's Brief Encounter there. It's a tad deeper than Intimate, still leaning on that more neutral, warm side. Hold please, I have to let my cat out. Okay, I'm back. So this one leans a little bit deeper, a little bit more neutral warm. So definitely if you're into kind of more brownie tones, this is a beautiful, beautiful nude, and I'm more of a brownie tones kind of person. And you could see it here. So again, kind of just a level deeper than Intimate. This one is Whiplash. So this one's a little bit harder to describe. On camera, you're picking up more of the orange, maybe slightly bricky leaning red. I think it's there, but there's also a lot of brown in this. So here, this is Whiplash. So you can see the red component, you can see the brown in it, you can see a little bit of orange. So it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful for fall. It sort of reminds me a bit on me of kind of Charlotte Tilbury's My Kiss or Bond Girl, that type of vibe. This one was a recent acquisition. My sister actually ended up buying it for me. This is Touch Me. I didn't know I was gonna love this color until I was at a Sephora swatching, and I realized I didn't understand what this color was, and I love this color. This might be my favorite color. So this here is Touch Me. It is such a beautiful, rich color. I cannot wait to wear this in the fall. It's definitely more plummy wine kind of color. It has rose, so I think it's more like a rosewood meets wine and kind of gets softened up just because of the type of formula it is. You can blot this down to create like a lighter shade, but I think this is an incredibly beautiful color. Like again, an easy kind of power color to wear. I love it. I love it. And it just blurs so nicely. This reapplies really well. Obviously with the darker colors, you want to take a moment and just make sure around your lip lines that you're being a little bit careful. I don't tend to wear lip liner, but of course any of these shades can be worn. The lip liner, especially the richer ones, you might benefit from a lip liner, but I'm not fussy that way. I really am not fussy. For all this makeup that I have, I'm not the fussiest person. So I just love this. I just think it really livens up my complexion, and it does a lot of good stuff. I really love it. I wanted to show you quickly what happens when you just blur out this product. It still remains quite hydrated and you get some of that color, but you get more of the diffused sort of almost K-beauty blotted lip look. These are wonderful products to achieve that type of vibe. So I just wanted to show you what Touch Me look like all diffused, which is a lot of times how I end up wearing it, or even how it just wears down during the day. It will look more like this as it wears down. Last but not least is another one of my recent additions to finish off my collection. This is Dangerous Affair. This is the richest, chocolatiest, neutral lipstick. It's pure vamp. So that is Dangerous Affair. It is so rich and vampy. Would I typically wear it this full on? Probably not. A few times a year, maybe. I think it's definitely a look. I feel very goth girl 90s sort of vibe. But what I love about this tone is it's not just chocolate with a yellowish base. It definitely has some rosiness to it. And here's that color there. So it's not like completely, it's not violently stark. Again, application on this one, you want to be careful. I am just really pleasantly surprised at how smooth these darker colors apply. Yes, there is a tiny bit of splotchiness if you keep layering it up, just because the Balm formula has a lot of slip. It will slip some of the pigment underneath if you keep layering it, but you can just sort of pat that out and create a real smooth application. But I think that's a pretty unbelievable color. I'm impressed. Let me blur it out a bit. So there you go. I just wiped off some of the excess, and look how it has that blotted kind of vibe, but it's still very, very rich. And now you can, I think, see a lot of the rosiness in it. And I just think it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And of course, the packaging to all of these is extremely luxe. It is just a beautiful matte metallic component with Nars, and it has the colors on the bottom. I wish they would have labeled the bottom with some indicator as to what color they are. The Afterglow lip balms have a very similar component, but they're all colored differently, so I can identify what they are. Nonetheless though, this is truly one of my favorite products, and one that I have slowly acquired all the shades. I hope that they expand into more reds or berries or pinks and expand past this nude, because I think that they would just do an amazing job with a lot of colors, and I think this line would then interest a lot more people, and maybe then Nars will keep it around more. But yeah, they're just beautiful. So as I mentioned before, I will insert the clip at the end of all the shades swatched in indirect light. Have you tried this formula? Are you as smitten with it as I am? Because I mean, I was head over heels on day one. If you see that first impressions video, I was pretty baffled by how impressed I was. So clearly that impressed feeling has lasted. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, subscribing, and hitting the bell for notifications so that you can find out what I have in store for you on day 10, which is tomorrow. I hope everyone has a great evening, and we will talk soon. Take care, everyone.